Good morning, grade threes. It's a wonderful Monday morning. It's sunny, a bit chilly, but it's a beautiful day. It's the 13th of July, 2020. I trust that you had a wonderful weekend. So did I. I quickly want to do the class register this morning and see who's here today. I have Ember, I have Ari, I have Chevelle, I have Hudi, I have Iska, I have Musa, I have, okay. Oh, I have Lutando, I have Matlotlo. Okay, let's see who else is here. All right, I'm sure others will join us. All right, grade threes, I want to tell you what is it that you are going to do from now on. I will not be able to be sharing your homeworks on the lesson presentations as I have been doing. But however, it doesn't mean that you must not send your homeworks. Please send your homeworks because we are going to be preparing portfolios for you, meaning that every homework, every work that you do, I will have a folder for each and every one of you, and I will I'll put your homeworks in your folder. I will mark them, and I will give you feedback via email to tell you what is it that needs to be corrected or that you've done well. Another thing is that when the class starts, I want you to have your exercise book by your side next to your monitor. You must have your stationery there, so that when we do the classwork, you will be doing it as I will be doing it, and then you will also mark yourself, so that in the end, you can send me even a copy of, yeah, you can keep that copy of your classwork there, and then we will keep record of all your work. Somebody will ask, but why do you do that? Remember, this is school, and there are outcomes, learning outcomes that you have to achieve. And then in the following year, or when you finish all those outcomes, you need to go to the next grade. But how can you go to the next grade when we don't have evidence of your work? Okay, so I hope that this will encourage you to be serious to do your work, because at the end of all this is not a waste of time that you are doing. You are gathering information, you are learning, and then in the end, that will help you to go to the next grade. Okay, that's all. I hope you enjoy the lesson, as I'm sure I will enjoy. So remember, you can still use your chat box when I ask questions. All right, let's go now. Okay, remember our homework that I gave you? It was reading and writing time. So here what you had to do is that you had to tell us by drawing the arms or hands on the watch to show the following times: 6:15, 8:30, 11:15, 5:30. That was part one. And then part two was that you were supposed to convert the hours into minutes. Okay, and then to complete the table there. All right, now let's do the homework together. Check your answers. Okay, and then you will tick for yourself. All right, The first one, remember, it was 6:15 or 6:15. The long arm must be at 15 and the short arm will be at 6 if it is 6:15. Remember, the short arm tells us what? Yes, the short arm tells us the hours. And then the long arm tells us what? Yes, the long arm tells us the minutes. Okay. All right. Okay, I see you've got books. That's right. So let's see the next one. The next one, it is 8:30. Okay. So when it is 8:30, where is the long arm? Yes, the long arm is at 6, and then the short arm is between 8 and 9. Because remember, when it is ticking t, 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 the minute arm is also moving towards the next hour. The hour minute is moving also towards the next hour. All right, the next one is 11:15 or 10:45. So when it is 10:45 on our clock, the long arm will be at 9 and the short arm will be between 10 and 11. Well done. Right. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is 5:30 or 5:30. Another way to present it, it's 17:30. It's the same. Right, let's see now on your watch, on your clock, the long arm will be at 6 because it's 5:30. And then the short arm will be between 5 and 6. Good. Let's go to the next one. Okay. All right. This next one says you need to convert the hours to minutes. They gave us an example there that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay. Although here they have given us that 2 hours is 120. Remember, I said that it's good to get a correct answer. But that's not good enough. What we want is that you must understand how you got the answer. You must be able to explain to me and to explain to other grade 3s how you got your answer. Can somebody tell me how you got 120? Can somebody tell me how you got 120? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, right. Blessing, I see you. Blessing says that you say 60 plus 60, which gives you 120. Is there another way that we can get 120? Is there another way that we can get 120? Is there another way that you can get 120? Okay, don't worry, Matlotlo. We are still working on the homework. Okay, right. What if we say 60 multiplied by 2? What will it give us? 60 multiplied by 2 Do you have your calculator there by you? 60 multiplied by 2. Yes, Lutando. Yes, Hudi. Yes, Ari. It gives you 120. So you can see that you can actually use more than one method for getting your answer. Let's see. There's 3 hours. How do you get 180 minutes? Can somebody tell me on the chat box? How do you get 180? Yes, Hudi, 60 times 3 gives you 180. Or another way, that's right. 60 plus 60 plus 60 gives you 180. Good, well done. And then the next one here, 4 hours. How do we get 240? Pilisiwe, I see you. Well done. 60 multiplied by 3, it's 180. Can you show me how you get 240 minutes when you've got 4 hours? Can somebody tell me? Pilisiwe, yes, I see. Blessing, yes, I see. Hoodie, yes, I see. Remember, we can use 2 methods. You can either say 60 multiplied by 4, it gives you 240, or you can say 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 4. It must be 4, ne? Hoodie, just double check there. It must be 4. 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60. Lutando, yes, it must be 4 sixes. Ishka, I also see that is correct. That's fine, Hudi. Right, now let's see what we have for today. Right, today we are going to talk about capacity. Have you heard about this word capacity before? So this is today's lesson. Okay, just look at what we have there. We've got a jug, we've got a bottle there, and a bigger bottle. And what do we call this? What is this that I am pointing at? Okay. Have you heard about a test tube? It's a cylinder, a measuring jug. Yes, that could be another word, all right? And if you're working in the laboratory, they normally use such. Okay, right, let's see. Why are we learning this? Okay, so if you have to define capacity, capacity is the total amount of fluid that a container can hold. Somebody can ask you, but what is your capacity? You know, so, but here we say capacity in maths. It is the total amount of fluid that a container can hold. For example, the amount of water a cup can hold. So that is the capacity, the total amount of fluid that a container can hold, the amount of water that a cup or even a glass can hold. Okay, so you can write these notes for yourself as we are going on. So two main units of measuring capacity are liter and milliliter. In short, liter is written as, this is the symbol that we use for liter, and milliliter, that is the symbol that we use for milliliter. So a glass or a cup has a capacity of 250 milliliter. Remember, we have talked about it previously when we had that recipe, that 1 cup uh, is equals to 200 milliliters. Okay, I see. Yeah, you are giving me feedback. We use that for measurement, and I also Pilisiwe, I see, and Chevelle. Um, you said it's used for testing. Matlotlo, I see. If I were you, I would write this for myself. You know, these are just brief notes that will help you. Remember on your page, you wrote your grade, you wrote your name, your surname, you wrote your grade, you wrote that today it's Monday, and you wrote today's date, which is the 13th. Oh, yes, Ishka. You can also screenshot. That's the best. But I don't know where you will save that, okay? But you can screenshot, okay? But if you've got an exercise book, I think you can screenshot as well as write. Or you can screenshot and write later, so that you have evidence in your exercise book. That's great. Now let's go to the next slide. Okay, and there are different types of shaped vessels having 1 liter capacity, and there are other containers which are greater than 1 liter capacity. For example, that is a 2 liter. I'm sure all of you know that that's a 2 liter bottle, okay? And then we've got also 5 liters, and we've got 10 liters, and so on and so on. Let's see further. Okay. There are also smaller measures in milliliters to measure small quantities of liquid. Okay. Some such measures are 500 milliliters, 200 milliliters, and 100 milliliters. Can somebody tell me where you have seen a 500 milliliter or 200 milliliter or a 100 milliliter? I'll also tell you, you can type it in. Okay. All right, I'll tell you. A 500 milliliter cool drink. Measuring jug, good, Ari, yes, okay. And then there are also other smaller measures, like your 5 milliliter and your 10 milliliter. By the way, what did we say measures 5 milliliter? What measuring equipment will measure 5 milliliter? We talked about it when we were talking about the recipe last week. Okay, let me remind you. Remember we said that your teaspoon measures 5 milliliters, and 10 milliliters is measured by what? Or is equivalent to what? Yes, a teaspoon blessing, it is 5 milliliter. Yes, Pilisiwe, you are right. 10 milliliter is your spoon. Well done. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Right, and then we see here that in the market and at home, we may see some containers. Some are 10 liters, some are 50 liters capacity, and some are cylindrical, cylindrical, and then some are cuboid shaped, like that one, a cube there, cuboid shapes. There are different types of drums having 100 liters capacity. Has anyone seen a JoJo tank? Has anyone seen a JoJo tank? Oh, Ari, yes, ma'am. Yes, good. You know, I'm just thinking now, how, what is the capacity of a JoJo tank? I don't know. I must go and find out myself. Ne? It will be our homework maybe today, for tomorrow. Okay, so what is the capacity of a JoJo tank? All right, capacity of a JoJo tank. Wow, Pilisiwe, thank you. 5,000 milliliters. Woo, that's great. 5,000, not milliliters, sorry, 5,000 liters. Thank you so much. Wow. Do you see that you're never too old to learn? And you see that when we do things together, we learn quicker and we will remember. Great. Thanks, Pilisiwe. Right. I want us, you can either screenshot this or you can write it for yourself. So this one says, what is the capacity of the cup? You don't have to type it in. It is your homework. That's what you're going to send me. So you'll write your answer there. And then how many cups? That's great. Pilisiwe says that she's got a JoJo tank at home. That's great. That's a wonderful thing to have. Okay, Ishka, yes. Screenshot, that will be quicker. Yes. And how many cups go into a 500 milliliter bottle? The third one says, how many cups go into a 1 liter bottle? Okay, you will write that. How many cups go into a 2 liter bottle? Okay, so those who are writing, you'll tell me when you are done. The capacity of a cup. How many cups go into a 500 milliliter bottle? How many cups go into 1 liter bottle? And how many cups go into a 2 liter bottle? Right, that is part one of the homework. Let's go to the second part. Okay, I believe you've done writing. Okay, part two says the jug holds one liter of water. We've got our jug there, and they tell us that, wow, they've also written it there for us, that this jug holds 1 liter, and they say that this 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 milliliters. Wow. The first question says, how many milliliters are there in 1 liter? You will write it for us there. How many milliliters? Milliliters is half a liter. How many milliliters is half a liter? You will write it for me there. Write half in number form. Write half in number form. Remember, mathematics is also a language. I want you to write half in number form or using the mathematical language. Okay, right. The next one is, how much is 250 milliliters plus 250 milliliters plus 250 milliliters? You'll give me your answer there. Okay, the next one is how many milliliters is 3/4 of a liter? How many milliliters is 3/4 of a liter? So that is our homework, grade 3s, for today. Okay, and then remember, always send your homework at this email address. And more than ever before, I believe you will realize how important it is for you to submit your homework. Because remember, you need evidence in your portfolio. So every day we need to put the work that we have done, so that at the end of the year, when you have to go to the next grade, we have got evidence to say that so and so, so and so, they are ready to go to the next grade. So if you don't send homework, you are delaying yourself. Okay, so do that for me. Okay, are there any questions, grade 3s, before we say goodbye? Are there any questions? Okay, Matoto. Okay, all right, I see there are no questions. I hope the homework is clear. If you've got any questions or you want clarity, you can always drop me an email. Grade 3s, it was really wonderful being with you today, and you must have a beautiful Monday afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.